Hi, fourth grade. Your job today is to complete page 5 in your The Thing About Georgie Independent Study Packet. And you'll see at the top of page 5, we are going to be answering questions about chapters 3 and 4. If you do not remember what happened in chapters 3 and 4, please watch the videos of me reading them out loud before you get started on this page. Let's take a look at this first question. In the beginning of this chapter, you learn that Georgie is 42 inches tall. That means he is 3.5 feet tall. How tall are you? Use the space on the right to sketch what Georgie would look like next to you. This will help you realize what it might be like to be his friend or classmate. Stick figures are fine here. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark where Georgie would be. So it says that he is 3.5 feet tall. And if we see this is 6 feet and this is 3 feet, I can just assume that 3.5 is about right here. So I'm going to draw Georgie right there. But then the question is asking us to draw a stick figure of ourselves, how tall we are, so that we can compare our height to Georgie's height. So, Miss Wilson, I am 5'2", so I'm about right here. So I'm going to draw myself right here. Nothing fancy. I just want to see the height difference between myself and Georgie. So you'll do that with your own height. After you read chapters 3 and 4, vocabulary building. Number 1. Sooner or later, he was going to have to explain to his parents that he did not look like George Washington. Luckily, his father changed the subject for him. This is a quote from page 24, and this question is asking us to find the best definition for this word, the subject. Let's read that sentence again to get the context and find a context clue so we can infer what the word means. Luckily, his father changed the subject for him. When someone changes the subject, are they talking about an appearance, an object, a topic, or a class? Figure that one out on your own. Let's move down to text-dependent questions. Number 2. In these 2 chapters, you get to know Georgie's parents very well. What inferences did you make about them while reading? In other words, what type of parents do you think they are based upon your reading? Remember, this word, an inference, is an educated guess. So we can make a guess as to what his parents are like because we read a little bit about them. So this is in your opinion. What type of parents do you think they are? All right. Number 3. Reread pages 22 and 23. What secret does Georgie have that not even his best friend knows? Why do you think Georgie wants to keep this secret to himself? So if you do not remember what happened on pages 22 and 23, go up to those videos so you can read that part. Number 4. Read the passage below from page 30. Then explain how Georgie feels about his new brother or sister on the lines that follow. If his parents wanted to have another kid, a perfectly normal-looking, nice and healthy one, great. He didn't care. How do you think Georgie really feels about this? Do you think he really doesn't care? What do you think he's hiding? So I'm going to give you a few tips to start out your answers for these text-dependent questions. So for number 2, you can say, Georgie's parents, let's see here, here we go. You can say, I think Georgie's parents are blank. Do you think they are kind? Do you think they are helpful? Do you think, what kind of character traits do we know about them? We know that they are musicians, so you could add something about that. All right, for number 3, you could say, what secret does Georgie have that not even his best friend knows? Georgie's secret is blank. And for number 4, we could say, I think Georgie really feels blank. How do you think he actually feels? Okay. How do you think the words nice and healthy are written in italics in the passage from question 4? When a word is written in italics, it is slanted, like we see right here and here. And when we write words slanted in italics like that, it means we're putting emphasis on that word, okay? That's a really important word, and when we read it out loud, you put a little bit extra voice into it, a little oomph into it, okay? So let's read this passage again from question 4 right here. If his parents wanted to have another kid, a perfectly normal looking, nice and healthy one, great. He didn't care. Why would Georgie put emphasis on those words? And you can answer the question starting out like this. Nice and healthy are written in italics because blank. All right, nice job. All right, make sure you've got that down in your packet. And when you are done with page 5, you are going to take a super clear picture of the page and you'll upload it into the reading folder on Schoology. Come to office hours at 2:30 if you have any questions, or you can come to breakout rooms at 1:30 if you would like to work on this with a classmate. Nice job, 4th grade.